Coach, thanks. Located appropriately for his career win total at 347 Don Shula Drive. There's a look at Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami, Florida. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New England Patriots and the Miami Dolphins. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
The
first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
First down, New England.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They keep it with Barkley on first down. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Check three.
2nd and 6. And that'll be incomplete.
Used to have a coach used to tell us all the time, those scouting reports aren't just to use up paper, guys. Well, nowadays, we're watching a computer screen, right? They scouted this team very well. Know that they like to use the running backs in the passing game. They covered that play successfully.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. 20! And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Saquon Barkley with his 16th touchdown of the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
Ready up. Check like 39. Check like 39. There's a party now.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And he is going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process.
Good work. Let's go. Let's go.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Switch it.
On first down, here's Breida. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47.
Hey, Delta. Yes. So don't say nothing. Hey, check Mike 39. Big rip.
Back to throw here. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Zipper. Check Mike 39. Ready.
2nd and 10. Complete to the running back, Matt Breida. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. And Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone?
Watch the run.
Back to throw now on first down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Yep.
2nd and 4. He's got Smith here. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
61, matchbox right. You got tight. Go.
He'll look to throw. That is caught. It's Perriman. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Brashad Perriman, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point safely through, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Here we go.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. A first down carry for Barkley. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On second down, here's Barkley. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
From the gun on third down, Hooker. He finds his target. It's Crowder. These two teams all tied after one. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Check. Crunch.
Now Saquon Barkley. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Second and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. And he'll get this down close to a first down at about the Dolphins' 25. From the gun on third down, Hooker. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. 30, the 20, and he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Check 26, check 26.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Hooker. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Well, it was 2nd and long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
New England on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. From the gun, Hooker. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Aaron Donald. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. Here comes Grant on the return. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10.
Ready? 8, read. Here we go. Switch.
Now a give coming right is Breida. And down to the 36-yard line here. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Watch the screen. 6-6. Pull it high. Watch the screen. Out. 5. Hey, Alpha. Exit. Check the backer. Hit it.
Out of the shotgun, Breida. And an alley to run. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 23 yards the pickup there.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
Breida, he'll try the right side. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Matt Breida with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. And they're able to run it in. It started with the battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. 2nd and 2. Steps away to his left. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain. We've seen the pressure get to him several times in this game. There, though, we see him escape it.
And we've seen this rookie video before as well. That type of pressure, Oftentimes, what do you resort to? Your legs, try and escape. What you hope is that this doesn't become habit for him, that he learns how to handle the pressure, still keep his eyes downfield, and make some throws.
They run with Barkley on first down, and he gets about 5 out of it. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 46-yard line.
Ready. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. On second down now, Barkley. A strong running. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard. You talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
From the gun on 3rd down, Hooker. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. On 4th down, Hooker got his man. That's Harry. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. On first down, Hooker. Catch is made by Harry. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a New England first down.
Check 31, check 31.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. The intended target, Saquon Barkley, but it's going to be 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Slam. He's coming. We got double up.
They'll try the right side here. Barkley. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. They'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive.
We ain't beginning to turn you up. Don't get nervous. Watch this. Hey, watch this.
Operating from the gun. Hooker being chased out left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
Here we go.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Go. 58 for Mike. I'm here all day.
Looking to throw. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
That's another Dolphins first down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Ready, set.
58, Mike. Let's go, D.
X3. 218. Check D grip.
Running out of the gun here, Breida. And some room to maneuver. There he goes, right side. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Matt Breida in the final seconds of the first half. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Kill.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far, as we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
15 line. Go.
You got nothing.
Once again, they run with Breida on first down. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Hey! Keep moving, boy, keep moving.
Now back to throw. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
At 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic. Bandit. Bandit. 58, right over there, right over there. Yeah, yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D.
Hey, exit. Now.
58 is the mic. Hey, 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 hey.
They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete. On now the Miami field goal unit. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Hey, keep it up, keep it up. Check.
They'll run it again with Barkley. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. Second and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and that's a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a third down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll try to run for it with Barkley, and he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
We got this.
On first and 10, Hooker. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a New England first down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8 at their 48-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8. Off play action. Hooker. This one caught by Crowder. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That one good for 13 and a New England first down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
And there on the tackle, Shaq Lawson.
A gain of a yard brings up Let's get it. At the Dolphins' 37-yard line.
To throw on second down. Hooker. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 29-yard line.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
Let's go. Topper. Hit it.
They run again with Breida. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Ready? Hey, Sam off. Recon, 132 fighter. Hey, Foxtrot. Hey. He's checking. Crash. Shoot.
On 3rd down, a run from Breida. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Down the numbers. There he goes. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Matt Breida, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 9 on the season. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field. Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down. Well, anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for. The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down.
Push him back.
Looking to throw. Hooker. The pass complete. It's Bird. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in Miami. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he? And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off. On 2nd down, Barkley. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A tremendous play there from Saquon Barkley. 53 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. From the gun, Hooker, that's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. Here's a 2nd and 7. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Back to throw. Hooker. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
Brings up 4th down and goal.
Mike 55. Crunch time, defense.
On 4th down. Hooker. And it's caught. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Dolphins celebrate their goal line stand. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time?
And he coughs up the football near his own goal line.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. 2nd and 14. Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Go!
Back to throw now in his own end zone. And quick throw here, that's complete. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
That's it, baby. We got work. Here we go. Take your Pittsburgh. Here we go, D. Here I come.
Throwing on 1st down. Hooker. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
50, plant. Twist.
Now it's Breida. And an alley to Ryan. And he's taken down inside the 30. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a 1st down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Patriots' 29-yard line.
Got it.
Here we go. Double tight. Hey.
Now.
They run with Breida. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Let's go.
So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. They'll set up a throw. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40.
For a rookie first-rounder, he's made a huge impact on this defense, but that tells me that they had a plan for him when they drafted him. Just turn him loose, do what you do best, go get the quarterback.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. They'll go to Barkley again. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second. Looking to throw. Hooker. And that is incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida looking for an opening. Not much there. He'll get it to the 39. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up the 4th down.
So they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.